Hi, my name is Laurie, and I work for the Beaverton City Library at the Murray Shoals branch. Back in 2016, I learned that local refugee resettlement agencies needed volunteers to serve as family mentors to help refugee families get settled in the Portland metro area. And I was really interested in doing it, so I recruited two of my sisters and my brother-in-law. And because my brother-in-law had served a term of duty in Afghanistan, we asked if we could be assigned to a family from there. So the family that we were paired with was made up of a widowed mom with three teenagers and an 8-year-old. And both the mom and her late husband had worked on U.S. Army bases in Afghanistan. After her husband was murdered, the mom felt like it wasn't safe for her and her four younger children to stay in Afghanistan, so she had to make the difficult choice to leave her two oldest daughters, who are already married, and her first grandchild behind. And she and the younger kids waited in Pakistan for 2 years until they were able to get visas to come to the United States. When we met them, one of the first things we learned in working with them was that my brother-in-law couldn't shake hands with the mom or the teenage daughter, and my sisters and I couldn't shake hands with the sons. But they were all very warm towards us, and as long as we stayed within the same gender, hugs were welcome. The older teenage son had studied English, so we were able to communicate well enough that we could get by. We started off by taking them grocery shopping, and we had to learn how to shop according to halal, so that we could help them get food that they were comfortable with eating. And fortunately, there's a phone app that can help you with that. We also helped transport them to medical and dental appointments when we were able to, and we took them shopping to thrift stores with vouchers they had received so that they could finish furnishing their apartment and get the clothes that they need. When a family comes as refugees, they only qualify for 8 months of rental assistance, and then they were expected to be able to pay their $1,000 a month rent, utilities, and other expenses at the end of that time. Because the mom was just beginning English classes, we were worried that finding a job in such a short time might be difficult. She had made her living in Afghanistan sewing clothes and embroidering them very beautifully. And she brought some of her inventory with her, so I immediately thought about the Beaverton night market that had just begun the year before that and helped them fill out an application to participate. And they have participated in that every year since then and made lots of friends, so that's been really fun. By the time the 8 months were up, the mom had found work at a restaurant, and the two oldest teens had also found part-time jobs they could do outside of school hours. Not too long after they first arrived, we had helped them get on a wait list for an affordable apartment. So when they had been here about a year, they were able to get into it, and that gave them a little bit more room in their budget. By that time, they were navigating life just fine on their own. But we had gotten really close to them, and we all chose to stay friends. Before the pandemic, our families got together frequently to share meals and spend time together. Food from Afghanistan is delicious. When we had them over for Thanksgiving, we realized that turkey and mashed potatoes are pretty bland when you are used to eating so many delicious spices. But fortunately, they really loved Thanksgiving pie because they'd never had pie before, and were very happy to taste that for the first time. In 2018, one of the older married daughters who had stayed behind in Afghanistan was able to come join them along with her husband and children. The other older daughter is still in Afghanistan with her husband and their three small children. During the recent U.S. withdrawal and the rapid fall of the country to the Taliban, we contacted everyone we could think of, senators, a former Army major that knew the daughter, but we were not successful in helping them get out of Afghanistan. We're worried for their safety because the daughter had also worked on Army bases, and the family belongs to the ethnic minority Hazara, which has been targeted by the Taliban in the past. And we're trying to figure out next steps. We're working with the family here to try to figure out what we can do to help them be able to bring them here to join them. They've been here over 5 years now, and the oldest two teens have graduated from high school with high honors. One's attending PSU and also working. The younger kids are doing well in school, and they all speak English fluently. English is still a little bit more of a struggle for their mom, who was about, I think, 49 when she got here. But I feel very close to her. It feels like we speak, from our hearts as moms and grandmas and understand each other. And it's just been such a great experience getting to know them. The reason I wanted to share this is to encourage anyone who might be interested in getting involved in helping refugees resettle in our area. One of the things I love about Beaverton is that we have so many residents who come from other countries and other cultures, and because of that we have a rich diversity that you often don't find in other communities. If you do decide to volunteer, you'll find yourself so personally enriched by your involvement. And it's a great feeling of satisfaction to know that you were able to help someone feel welcome and cared for during such a stressful time in their life when they are relocating from one country to a completely new country and getting back on their feet again. So I would really encourage you to consider it. Thanks.